Is March 1st, 2023. Still, they're driving by yelling stuff. They never give up. Yesterday, there was more people. I heard what they did. Da, 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 da. Okay, whatever. Drama queens. Um, but on Trinity Gospel Temple, that guy with white with the black hair and ponytail came in, admitted he was looking for me. I heard Karen's going to be here today. I'm paying for this today. He said, I heard the mafia's been taking care of her. He said, there she is. He said, Will's lost his mind with what he's doing to her. Uh-huh. Announced it in the entrance of Trinity Gospel on Sunday. Now, this whole thing is a business arrangement between Dave and Will. It is. It's a business arrangement. We're February 25th, 22. McDonald's on Whipple. One of my old neighbors lived about 4 or 5 houses down. They said that David showed up at a store, told everybody he didn't want me anymore, and asked everyone to help, and it's been the people in the store doing it to me the whole time. Well, it was retired Judge Pete. It was retired Judge Pete and Will and Michelle, Bill from the Freemasons, which is one of their family members because they all look the same, and Alex. It was Memorial Day weekend 2018. They were up there visiting. See what I mean? That's where this whole thing is a smokescreen and a facade. It's just a big smokescreen. It's a business arrangement between Dave and that agent that called me back, where they let me fix up the house, get everything done, have Dave, where Dave originally tried to kill me because he wanted Katie and he wanted that farm. Because he just wanted to retire. And he had tried before. Okay. That they let me fix up the house. They kicked in my door 6 days after I move up there. I start waking up with bruises, almost passing out. And they got date rape drug confessions and apparently Photoshop shower scenes and other scenes in the other room and stocking tapes. And then let me get the house done and then have them scare me into calling the FBI. And then him telling on me to pay more and, let's see, bullying me on the phone into false statements under a threat of arrest, then made me beg for my life so I'd be afraid of him, and then opened the informant program and then bullied me again if I didn't stay quiet. Nobody would help me. He can't do that. That's badgering. Badgering is Department of Justice 1729. You have to take a victim, a witness, or informant statement, follow through if you believe them or not. You can't even imply they're lying. Ever. You go to jail anywhere from like 5 to 79 years. If they can a failure to protect is abuse and misconduct. And if you can prove somebody's abusing somebody and misconduct, and failure to protect is abuse and misconduct, you can get up to 79 years. They don't play, and tampering with witnesses is 20. I mean, there's ungodly. And then him stealing the money. They said he took the money for the witness protection program on the first day. So it was just him stealing the money. And he made sure Dave got the house and the jewelry. That's where, if you listen to how Dixie describes Michelle, I said, did you know about Michelle? Yeah, I know about Michelle. I said, the young blonde girl. Yeah, I knew about her. I said something later on. I said it again. And she said, yeah. And I said, well, you know George Pete. I said, oh, I know about him. Retired George Pete. I said, and we started talking about when I said, well, you know how everybody was threatening my life? Yes. I said, I actually called the FBI on him. You did? And I said, yeah. And I said, I called a hotline that I said where I had all those bruises. They were date rape drugging me and I couldn't get up. And then how he showed up at Paymer. Michelle's dad is actually that agent that called me back from the Stark County FBI task force. It should have went to Akron. Summit County was over Portage, not Stark. He didn't even have jurisdiction, but that's her dad. And then retired Judge Pete is some kind of granddad or uncle, and da-da-da. And I said, he bullied me on the phone. He made me beg and then open a witness protection program. I was supposed to get moved out. I was supposed to get $5,000 a month, and he stole over $300,000 for my case. She's like, Karen, is that what's going on? She said, I was wondering why people like that would ever care or even help for Dave to want to go out with somebody else and make sure he got everything. And I thought it was ridiculous what they did to you just for him to get everything. Always thought that. Think about what she just said. That's a business arrangement, not for him to go out with Michelle, and this was personal. This was a business arrangement. For people like that to help out with, for Dave to be able to go out with everything, go out with someone else, and for him to get everything. Why would they care? And why would they involve themselves in this? See, why would they involve themselves? It's a business arrangement. I said, well, they stole $300,000. Karen, that's what's going on. I'm so sorry. I said I was supposed to get moved out. That was the money I was supposed to live on. She's like, Karen, if that's what's going on, I'm so sorry. Yeah. It's a business arrangement. She didn't say he was dating. I said, is he even with Michelle? Does he even talk to her? Well, I don't even think they've even talked. And then she said the amount of time. I went back. It was like the month after my divorce. This whole thing down here, them running by, screaming stuff, lying to people on me. You know you are to be presumed innocent until found guilty in a court of law. It's a law. You're innocent until proven guilty. I've never been questioned of wrongdoing. Am I innocent? Yeah. Everybody tells people, these people could never even do this. See, in their psycho mind, you know, one of the scenarios they made up, that where they kicked in my door, they photoshopped a shower scene, date, rape, drug confessions. They entered it in a court system against me and had a trial without me. Nobody said a word. And then they found me guilty and nobody bothered to tell me. And I'm just walking around free and didn't even know got in trouble. That's crazy lie. And how can people don't even have a brain cell? That's not the law. That's a lie. They can't do this. They can't do any of this. You know what's allowed them to get it? Is people's stupidity and low IQs. Because, you know, I went to the Portage County Sheriff's because people were bragging that the Portage County Sheriff's did. So I went up there. Miss Hall, we had no knowledge of anybody being in your home or anybody else's home. That would be illegal outside of protected life case. With statements, It's Fourth Amendment. Police and agencies can only be in a home under threat of life and have to speak to everyone before they start. Yes. I said that or you can't look or listen. Yes. Then I told him about the shower scene, the date, rape, drug confessions. Knew nothing about it. I went to the Ravenna chief of police. Knew nothing. Because what they're saying is the police are so corrupt up there that people barely moving in their homes or kicking in their doors, photoshopping, date rape, drugging people, then embezzling money from the federal government to help pay for human trafficking. It's my God, arrest them all. But that agent and that judge is. See, there was a judge in Florida wrapped up in human trafficking, had 100 employees or 100 people involved, set it up. There was another judge I found out in Texas. That was where they were shipping the people across the nation. When they went to question him, he killed himself. There was another judge in another state, and now the judge in Ohio, retired Judge Pete, and that agent that is his kid out of his area was helping out. And that's where they took the money, and all the people from Florida were here. And they were everywhere, in Texas, in New York. Those were the drug traders in this area, out of this area, that he owed them money. Like the guy I went out to eat with. You didn't know. I know somebody who knows somebody who deals drugs. And he said, I went to him. I asked him if they knew what happened to you. They said yes. They said that they knew that you didn't know that agent owed those drug dealers money. And that he let them hurt you in front of people until he got enough money to pay him back. And you said that they stole $300,000 from your case. I said, yes. He said, well, that's a sweet spot. He said, it's between $100,000 and $300,000 is another drug shipment. He said, I didn't tell him at that point, they sold the login and made millions, that they showed up in beat up vehicles and left in $80,000 trucks, Hummers, Vets, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, he also told me later on that he had a friend on the police department, went to talk to him. They knew of this case. He opened. See, that agent actually opened a case. Had an officer talk today per requirements of justice, Department of Justice, to be in somebody's home. He actually opened a case so he could steal that money. Stole it right from the feds. He's the only one with access to it. Okay? And he said that they know that about the people in Texas being involved. I said the Kingsman group. They know about that. See, they knew about the case. They had found, 35 women tied up in a railroad car, found bodies dead by the railroad thing, where they're shipping these people like that. That agent and that judge is taking the money from the Witness Protection Program and paying those drug traders gas money to come up here and get them, and then they're shipping them. And they're selling human beings and using this case as the biggest scam in the world. And people in their low IQs are falling for it. And I was in the park 2 weeks ago. Some kids went, look, it's Karen's Well, because they call the case Karen's Well or Karen Around the House. Okay? And the guy walked up and said, don't you ever dare make fun of her. All those people that were here, and the ones that are still here, are stealing people and selling them. If that's what's going on, none of this is funny. He said, I know. Those people that were hurting her are doing nothing but stealing people and selling them. And this last Saturday, I came home early from work, and because my client went out with his family, and some of the bad people were moving out, and I know my car is bugged. Okay, well, after work, I went walking in the park. One of the older guys that watched me, Karen said something about somebody moving out. I went over there, and they said no one's to say anything to her. It's just that one guy stealing from the case. See, they said that December 2nd, 22 at December 2nd, 22 at Wendy's Alliance. They said it there. That it's just the one guy stealing from the case. They said it in Pennsylvania. They said it in Massillon. They told the guard at Trinity Gospel Temple, it's the guy's trying to blame Vega and the Wah group, where Strange made up that mean lie, and it's a proven lie, where he said I was faking I was sick and faking I got well. Well, that family was grieving. He stole the money because of that. That's not funny. He would even say that. No, it's not. And what I had goes into spontaneous remission all the time. 80%. Fibromyalgia does. The Strange is an uneducated occult leader, has a high school diploma from the 50s. The only reason he's got a minister's license is a building across the parking lot. The ministers got together, called it a Bible college, did a couple Bible classes, and then gave everybody a minister's license in the 50s. That's the only reason he's got one. He's very uneducated, and he's just a cult leader. He's the kind of person he would say, the sky's pink and the grass is purple, and if you don't see it that way, pray till you see it that way. And they would pray till they seen it that way. They're that kind of nutsy people. Like the people helping out in here, they worship that agent and that retired judge like they're gods. And they're nothing but disgusting, vile criminals that are selling people. And they are selling people. And my house manager, Marlisa, her niece, is being got taken. One of the girls following me around where they sold the login. You know, they're selling the login and having people follow me because when you show up, they're picking out which one of you they want to steal, and they're using me as a pawn. Stop following me around. They grabbed that girl at the ATM. They got Marlisa's niece. They also got the 5'3", 135 blonde girl special outfit. They kept saying, we want this, we want this, we want this. And they grabbed a 15-year-old. These people are not funny. And if they actually pull that case, because that agent had opened it in different police departments, actually admit to knowing it, and then actually seeing the officers that were assigned to me, they actually have those drug dealers hurting me and videos of it, like the Amish man with the beards. See, I actually called the FBI. That agent bullied me on the phone, badgered me, made me beg for my life, and then opened it. It was a business arrangement between him and Dave. He was going to steal the Witness Protection Program money, make sure Dave got the house and jewelry. That's why. And then he took videos of them terrorizing me and then sold it. And then he started grabbing kids and selling them. him and that retired Judge Pete. That's what's going on. It's a business arrangement. His kid was never with my husband. Because why would they care that he went out with somebody else? That's a business arrangement. I'm going to go ahead and upload this.